Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make the symmetrical triangle arrangement for the State of Texas Floral Association Level 1 certification. So you're going to take your foam and tape it off into thirds and shave off the front and back corners of your foam to make it easier to cover up later when we're making the arrangement. Next you're going to take your first flower and your wire, and you are going to insert the flower in the center back of the foam, using the wire to measure the height to make sure that you are getting from the tip of the flower down to the table exactly 18 inches. For flowers 2 and 3, you're going to lay the wire out in front of the arrangement so that you can make sure that you're getting exactly 18 inches across, and you are going to insert these in the middle of the side of the foam. I'll show you another shot later where you can see exactly where I placed it. But from the center out to the tip of each flower is going to be 9 inches, so that the length all the way across the bottom is going to be a total of 18. You want to make sure that these flowers are at even heights so that you're set up well for the rest of your arrangement. For flowers 4 and 5, you want to place them at an angle going away from the first flower. You want to place them so that they stay in the line of the triangle and so that they are next to and in the same line as flowers 2 and 3, which again I will show you another shot in just a minute where you can see that better. For flower number 6, it's going directly below the flower number 1, but a little bit in front of flowers 4 and 5. Here's a shot where you can see exactly where all of these flowers are placed, with flower 1 being the furthest back and flower 6 being the furthest in front. With flowers 7 and 8, you're going to place them below numbers 4 and 5 so that they start forming a V shape. They're going to come out a little bit further than 4 and 5, but this is a mostly vertical arrangement and you don't want anything coming out too far. For flower number 9, it's going to be that center point of the V, and it's going to come out just a little bit further than 7 and 8 did. There's a side shot so you can see exactly how everything lines up. You're going to use your wire to make sure that all of the flowers stay within the same triangle shape so that nothing is coming out. With the greenery, it's important to keep everything in line with the triangle. Nothing should be coming out further than any of the flowers, and everything should be following the same triangular shape. I usually start by putting a piece right behind my flower number 1, and then another piece a little bit smaller right in front of that same flower, so that the tip of the leather leaf goes down to the bottom of the calyx. Next, I take 2 smaller pieces to place in front of flowers 2 and 3. This gets my triangle shape with the leather leaf started out. A technique used a lot for the asymmetrical triangle is using the angel wings of the leather leaf, which is a cut off lower piece of the leather leaf that still has 2 of the branches coming out. I put one directly below flower 9 so that I can get that radiation started from that flower. And then I go ahead and put a piece of leather leaf right in front of flower number 6 to cover up the stem so it's not showing as much. Next, I move on to the back of my arrangement. I use a medium-sized piece to cover up the lower part of that leather leaf that's behind the flowers and cover up all of those stems back there. And then some angel wings right in front of it to just really cover up a lot of that foam back there. Next, I'm putting some leather leaf around the stems of flowers 4 and 5 so that we can continue that triangle shape and get those stems covered up, because when stems show a whole bunch, it can be a little ugly. So now I am just filling in all of the corners and all of the little crevices so that you can't see any of my foam or tape or mechanics of any kind. The back is usually the hardest part to get completely covered. What's important to remember is that nothing in the back should be coming out further than anything in the front, and that everything should be radiating out from a central point. Now I'm going to finish filling in all of my little empty spots, and then I will give you a close-up of where all of my greenery is so that you can see a little bit better how I covered up everything. So moving on to the status, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record saying this, but it is so important to remember that everything has to keep the same triangular shape. For the status, you're going to want to put in between 7 and 10 florets. They're going to mirror the placement of the original 9 flowers pretty much. As you can see, I put a status floret directly below flower 1. I'm now putting them just inside of flowers 4, 5, and 6, making sure to follow the shape that I had created with the carnations that are right there. Next, I'm putting 2 more florets of status just inside flowers 2 and 3 to really emphasize the line right there. I'm putting my final floret just above flower number 9 to emphasize that central point that we have everything radiating towards throughout the whole arrangement. Here is a final shot of where I placed all of my status just so you guys can get a clearer view. And that's the end of the arrangement. I hope this helped y'all out.